Greetings family, welcome back to the channel. This is Choices Tarot and Dreams, and we are doing a month ahead tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of August 2026. All right, and you know how we do on this channel. We keep it very simple. These are very general readings, so we're just going to keep things very, very simple. It's a 3-card format with an additional card here for you in this particular reading, but it's a 3-card format: past, present, future, beginning, middle, end, or it's just a general overview for the month. However you wish to take it, however it resonates for you, that's how you take it. All right, if it resonates with you at all. All right, so what have we got going on for you? For August 2026, we have the World, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Empress. All right. So the world is something cyclical, right? There's something of a cyclical nature that's going on in terms of you've come to the end of something. Are you pregnant? Is anybody pregnant? You know, is a pregnancy coming to an end? Is somebody giving birth this month? In a literal sense. I mean, the world is deeply, deeply spiritual, right, at the highest levels of its interpretation. But and you know, for most of us, it doesn't really apply at that level. You know what I mean? So on a superficial level, it's coming to the completion, coming to the end of something that you've been doing for a while. So something that you've been working at. So you know, it could be a pregnancy, like you've got with the Empress here, something very creative. Maybe it's a creative project that comes to an end. Maybe it's a pregnancy or something like that. Something that you've been working on for a while, but it comes to completion this month. All right, and maybe you're starting off the month that way. All right. So then you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is about, you know, material and financial success and satisfaction and having that level of comfort and stability, you know, in your life, that you've worked hard to achieve, the things that you have, you know. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who, you know, you just knuckle down and get on with the work that needs to be done. You do the job, you get the job done. You do whatever it takes to get done whatever needs to get done. You know, you don't mess around. You know, there's no excessive you know, talking. You just knuckle down, you get on with it, and there's this sort of juggling of, you know, all these different things that you've got going on, but you do it successfully, and there's a level of balance, and at the end of it, you know, you achieve success and you have this level of contentment, you know. If any of this, you know, if you've got this kind of energy going on, but we're talking about the flip side. So maybe, you know, you're struggling to achieve things. Maybe you're struggling to maintain a balance, but you're still working towards trying to achieve, you know, that level of comfort that you desire. You know, do what you can, pull out all the stops. You may need to put extra effort into, you know, working towards that end. All right. So there could be something like that going on. Maybe you're coming to the end of something. Maybe you're coming to the end of, you know, the completion of a project, and there could be some struggle there. But the opportunity is there for you to complete that. So pull out all the stops. Do what you can to make sure that things go through to the end successfully where possible. All right. Seven of Wands is about some sort of unexpected conflict that you got coming up. All right, so maybe it's something that you're already dealing with. Maybe it's something that you got coming up that's going to catch you unawares. All right, so it could be something that takes you by surprise. You're not ready for it. You're not prepared for it. Maybe it's something that you don't see coming, but you find yourself trying to defend your position, whatever that may be. Or maybe you have a level of success, but, you know, people around you are, there could be someone, or it could be a group of people who are envious, and who want to take your position. Or, you know, maybe you express an opinion or something, or maybe you have an idea and somebody, you know, just has an issue with it. You know what I mean? It could be anything, some sort of conflict, some sort of antagonism that you got coming for you. All right, so it's something that you might not expect, But there seems to be something there that's gonna be coming up for you at some point this month, maybe at the end of the month. All right. The Empress is really just telling you to be creative. All right. Be out in nature, just observe, get back to basics. All right. It's a beautiful time of year to be out in nature as well. You see the leaves the leaves start to change color, and you start to see some beautiful sunsets and some amazing colors in the sky. Be out in nature, do some gardening. Be barefoot on the grass or something. Ground yourself literally. All right. But be creative. Do creative projects. Play some music. Play an instrument. Do some artwork. Write. You do whatever it is that you need to do to, maybe document your experiences. Talk about if you are pregnant. You know what I mean. Just talk about your experiences. Document that. Write it all down in a creative way. Express yourself somehow this month creatively. Maybe when it comes to dealing with these conflicts, you're going to find, creative ways of how to deal with these things in a healthy way, I must add. Maybe it's bringing your projects to completion, that you have to get creative when if you're struggling with any of this stuff, then you get creative to bring these things to a close. But yeah, you've got some interesting stuff going on here, Capricorn. Listen, whatever you do, have yourself an absolutely beautiful month. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it with anybody who you think might find benefit in this. All right, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, take care.